Welcome everyone to Main Quest Optional, the D&D podcast where insanity flies and we make our poor DM cry. Of course, here with me today is our wonderful DM, not too poor, Double.
Hi guys, I am Double, and we are playing in the homebrewed world of Zari.
And I'm Jay. I will be playing Rain Tindu, the Wood Elf Cleric in the Twilight Domain, sitting at a nice even level 4 right now.
I'm playing Marcellus, a human, homebrewed druid, Circle of the Sun, now level 4.
I'm Chelsea. I am playing Saoirse O'Clery, a fairy druid of the Circle of Dreams, and I'm level 4.
And I'm, of course, Roberts. I play Crosswild, the Metal Man. I'm a Warforged fighter, Battle Master to be specific, and I also just reached level 4. Now, without further ado, Jay, would you like to recap what happened on the previous episode?
Oh, most certainly.
The party attacked the devil before them with vigor. Ultimately, Marcellus fell unconscious and was at its mercy. The devil wanted to strike a new bargain, the talisman for Marcellus. The trade was made and the devil disappeared, leaving the group once again stranded. The party rested and healed, keeping the trade from Marcellus. As they stumbled lost through the desert, they eventually stumbled across a monument of old, depicting an ancient story about two different types of dragonborn and gods from long ago. Everyone is still suspicious of how the talisman came to be back in their possession, and if they truly have friends in this new land. As the group knowingly marches towards a village away from their final destination of the rails, Horrendous appears and questions the party about their intended destination and offers them transport to the rails.
Well, you guys find yourself in a large, deep ravine. There are these large metal tracks, probably about 5 feet wide, and that long metallic structure leading from the top of the ravine all the way down to the bottom. There are metal doors in front of you, and there is the aftermath of glow from the teleportation of Horrendous and some throw up. What are you guys doing?
I first want to just sidestep and just take a step away from the throw up.
Okay.
The rails. Took us long enough, but we got there eventually.
Yes, even if it wasn't our intended place. Oh well, let's figure out why we even needed it to come here in the first place, shall we?
Yeah, I was about to say, does anyone know what we're doing here again?
Find fish people. Yeah.
I don't think that was the
Find fish people.
purpose. I just think that was information that we garnered in giving us a direction to go this way. Quite honestly, we didn't get much out of our friend before he, continued falling like the rest of us.
We know that the rails are some sort of transportation system. Transportation to where is the real question.
Looking around, are there any humanoids, any people near us or walking around? Nobody.
Some tumbleweeds, dead shrubs. There's some different plant life that you're not familiar with.
Jotting that down in my brain because I don't have paper.
Gotcha.
Might as well ask. Is it morning, midday, nearing night?
I believe it is a few hours before noon, before the sun zenith. I believe Horrendous came to you guys in the morning before you guys got any closer to the opposite direction of where you were asked to go.
I want to just walk towards the rails, just kind of like enter, just try to go deeper in and see if there is anyone around.
So, just to let you know, the ravine is probably about 50 feet wide. In the middle of it are the rails. On the side that you guys are on is that metal tower-like structure. It is just this square rectangular cube, probably about 20 feet wide, and the ravine is probably about 80 feet. It looks like the tower goes a little bit higher than that, and it's probably about 120 feet high, but there are no identifying marks on it. It does look worn and scratched, possibly from sand, wind, you name it, but there isn't any like battle damage or anything on it. And yeah,
Can I do just a quick druid craft, and I'm going to do the create a tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather, what the weather will be like at your location for the next 24 hours. Let me see. Oh yeah, it says it like manifests a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, falling snowflakes for snow, and so on.
Yeah, it's a golden orb.
Okay. Looks like we'll be having some clear skies for some time.
How are you doing that?
It's another part of the druid craft where you make the flowers and such.
So you also make suns, mini suns.
Well, that's it's not what I made per se, but I called upon nature to give me an answer of, or to, you know, predict the weather patterns for the next little while. I'll like start. I'm gonna go over to him and show him how I did that part of druidcraft and just kind of teach him a little bit.
I suppose there's a building. We should probably see who's around and see if we can get an idea of where we're going. If nothing else, we can go to the top and see what's around. And Rain will start walking towards the tower.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll follow.
I follow Rain, but okay, wait, is this more like a monolith? Like it's all like the same pattern, like faceless, or is it just, or is there like
Yeah,
like
it's like a
crab-
monolith.
So there's no like watchtower up at the top. It's just like a.
There
metal
doesn't seem to
stick.
be. It's just flat metal. There isn't any seams or creases or anything. And it looks like some sort of steel. If any of you want, you can make a nature check on it to find out what kind of metal it is or ore it comes from.
I'm trying.
Sure. 14.
14. Marcellus, are you rolling as well?
Yep.
Okay.
That is a 1.
Okay.
So I don't know.
14.
Oh.
Mhm.
I just imagine you practicing the druidcraft that I just taught you, maybe.
The metal itself is not something you're familiar with, or the ore it comes from, especially from where you're from. You guys go up to this large metal structure, and there are the 2 metal doors in front of you.
So there's doors on it. Okay, gotcha.
There are doors on the base, at the bottom.
Okay.
They're about 10 feet high and probably about 10 feet wide.
Okay, I'm gonna knock on the door. Boy there, anyone home?
Yeah. The sound kind of echoes throughout the ravine, loud clanging sound. And a few moments pass, and the door opens. The doors swing inward, and standing before you is a green dragonborn, tailless, probably about 7 feet tall, wearing a beautiful breastplate. He does seem to be in half plate himself. He has a long red and emerald green cloak, not necessarily flowing, but behind him. He has a firearm on his hip, a mace or morning star on the opposite hip, and on his chest there seems to be a symbol of a falling or shooting star descending downwards.
Sorry to bother you, good sir, but would you know how to work the rails? We were sent here, and we're a bit lost for direction.
He takes a look at all of you and seems to be waiting to see if anybody says anything else. And after a moment's pause, he speaks up. Greetings. I am 99. I am going to be your liaison.
You know who we are?
Yes, I've been waiting.
Who told you we were coming?
We're sorry for keeping you.
Admiral Alani and the Duke.
Very well. As my friend said, sorry for keeping you. To be quite honest, we don't know why they sent us here, other than that it would safety, as far as I can tell.
I believe the plans changed. I was sent here after the ship crashed.
Interesting.
I am supposed to give you all the hospitality Serene has to offer as a way of apology for all of you almost dying.
Indeed, your hospitality is a cool breeze in this hot landscape.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Now please come in. And he gestures inside for you to come in.
When when Ray says cool breeze, I drew a craft a cool breeze for him. Yes.
Wait, you could have done that the entire time.
It's just a little thing, and I do it to him. It's really not much. It's like a whew.
Marcellus has been dying of heat stroke for 17 days. Like what was this where he was under level 3 exhaustion?
It doesn't really do much. It's just a quick little thing. It's not anything.
Please come in. I don't want the doors to be open.
Sorry.
Rain just sighs heavy, shakes his head, and walks in.
Yep. And as you guys come in, it seems like you guys are in a large lobby. Well, not necessarily large. It is the same size as... It's not bigger on the inside. To the left, there seems to be some sort of bar / front desk. On the very back is some sort of metal cage structure. And at the very far back, there does seem to be a hole above it, as well as these steel cables and some sort of lever mechanism as well. On the right wall is this beautiful fountain of what looks like two dragonborns shaking hands. This seems to be made out of some sort of white stone, marble, quartz, something. And there are a few chairs around. They look very comfortable. They seem to be some sort of silk cushions or velvet. You're not quite sure. And the only people inside is 99 and somebody behind the desk.
And just out of curiosity, the Dragonborn statue or fountain, do they have tails, the Dragonborns?
One does, one doesn't.
This is a truly remarkable place. Does it have a name?
No, it's just one of the stops.
Who's the gentleman or lady, I guess, behind the desk?
Somebody who can checks you in. You don't have to worry about that, though. You're already taken care of.
Very well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Unfortunately, we are taking you to Serene. However, the rail is in Serene. And we'll have to head north. We can hop on then and go north to the peaks, or we can wait for it to come back down south.
You said the peaks. We're unfamiliar with this area.
I apologize. The Pale Peaks, mountainous range to the north of here. It separates two land masses.
What's at the Pale Peaks?
Outposts, small city, forts.
What's there for us?
Not much.
But we could be going on a journey instead of just sitting here.
I agree. We're strangers in a foreign land. Would be nice to see more of it.
I am more than willing to be a guide.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'd love to get to know this land a little bit better.
And anything you require or wish to purchase, the throne has already cleared it.
Ooh.
I look to Saoirse, and then I look back to 99. By any chance, would you have any paper on you?
No, but I can get you some from the desk.
Oh my goodness. That would be lovely.
Would it be possible to get a proper writing utensil?
He kind of just raises his hand as he's walking away. You hear him talking in that same dialect as before. It sounds vaguely draconic, but isn't quite. And he comes back with two, what looks like ledgers, and hands one to each you and Rain.
Oh, why thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Oh, I'd never thought I'd be this excited to see paper before.
You just drag your finger across the paper and it'll write.
Wow.
Rain drags his finger across.
It's black ink that appears. across the paper.
You just see writings of Rain Tindu, and it's kind of like a fancy title page. Interesting.
Saoirse's sketching some of that new plant life that was just outside really quickly. And she also is using her charcoal.
Okay.
But accepts the writing implement. Or no, sorry, no writing implement, but she is using her charcoal.
Okay. The
After
charcoal.
she drew a couple of squiggly lines with her finger.
Okay. The charcoal seems to replace the ink. So.
Okay. So the charcoal will work on this.
Yes, it will.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, I don't know what to do next. Quest for papers for fields. I don't think we had. I think we can just
Right.
relax at this fancy hotel.
Campaign over. Podcast done.
I think we're
Yeah,
done.
podcast done.
I think we're pretty much done here. I fulfilled my journey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a full character arc. The whole story circle and everything.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
You wanted paper, then you got
I got,
paper.
I got lots of paper.
You got magic paper. It's pretty intense.
I'm just gonna say Saoirse for the next little while is definitely just kind of focusing on sketching right now. Like she's kind of paying attention to what's going on, but she's a little distracted.
So mechanic-wise, just so I can picture it, is it like you just run your finger across and the words you think appear, or is it just like use your fingers or writing implements and you draw it with
You use your finger as a writing implement.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, so myself is going to turn to Rain. Do you think we should wait?
No,
Hmm.
it does us no good to wait here. We know what's out there.
True.
And that about did us in a few times. I'd say if we're going to have to wait anyway, we might as well wait on the rail and take it and see where it goes and learn more about this land that we're in.
Yeah.
The quicker we experience life, the quicker we can go home. Or not go home in your case, Marcellus.
Either way, we gain valuable information.
True.
I am also quite knowledgeable. I can offer any information about this land, the continents, islands, oceans, seas.
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to discount you. I was speaking, I suppose, on a more general sense.
I understand. The best way to experience is through your own eyes.
Well, if none of the rest of my fellows would have any major disagreements, by all means, please. I don't know how we acquire transport on this system. I'm unfamiliar with it, but however we arrange that, let's do so.
It will be here in a day.
Alright. So
It's
we
time
have-
to properly grease up our joints and have a nice, good rest before the train
Yeah.
comes.
There are also different levels with different things. There will be other passengers on the different levels as well.
Oh, quite interesting. Is there perhaps a small shop where we can buy simple items?
Yes, there's a general goods store on the 7th floor.
Oh, very good. I'd hate to think that you're just gonna follow us around as we wander the building. And is there a good way to contact you?
I will be down here in the 1st floor.
We appreciate you. Thank you, 99.
How many floors are in this building, 99?
13.
Is your name 99 or is your rank 99?
The name
Ah,
is 99.
How do you spell that? Is it just like
numbers.
numbers or?
Numbers.
That's interesting. I've never heard anyone named a number before. Anything behind that?
It's a clan thing.
Oh, interesting. Very unique.
A steel song. We're a specialized group of soldiers and warriors. We do not have mothers and fathers.
I'm sorry, did you say Steel Song?
Correct.
And I'm guessing that's what your ornamentations depict or represent?
The thing on my chest.
Well, yeah, I meant, I guess, what would be considered the uniform, if this is what you're wearing right now, yes.
No, I am an inferno diver.
Oh, what now?
Inferno diver.
Well, that's a really badass name. I don't really know what it means, though.
Dives into the infernal, it seems.
Oh, yeah,
There
I just
is
thought...
a jungle on the eastern side of Serene. Inhospitable wasteland. Lizard folk, monsters, beasts. The jungle itself can kill you. Insects, heat exhaustion. You can drown in a flood.
Oh. Where was this in Serene again?
The eastern side. The eastern coast.
And I'm glad we have you. If you're somebody who braves that sort of environment, I'm glad that you are our liaison for the time being. Thank you.
I am also to make sure none of you die.
Oh.
That's comforting.
Yes, that part I do enjoy. Thank you.
You've already encountered the dragon, so I feel like,
You have your work cut out with us.
yes,
Yeah, very true. Sorry. Just gonna say sorry now.
that's fine. But the Steel Song is the clan, one of the clan's houses of Serene. I'm sure you've already heard of House Dulin, Admiral Aralani's house.
Right.
She is the matriarch. We have our houses, and we have the throne.
And who sits
Sits
on the
upon
throne?
The princess.
I say Jinx.
Rain just gives him a side eye.
Have
Yes.
you met, I believe you met Adrex, correct?
Yes.
He is employed by the throne. They are a neutral party apart from the houses, so they cannot be influenced or bought.
And do the houses together make up like a government of sorts?
It's a meritocracy, but yes,
And what would a meritocracy entail?
you advance yourself based on the deeds you have done. But of course, like all things, palms can be greased. Influence by name can get you farther. I am apart from this. If you ever meet another Dragonborn with a number, they are an Inferno diver and part of the song.
Marcellus,
Are you the 99th of your clan, or is it a lineage
or
number?
is it a
I'm the
generational thing?
I'm the 99th of my brood.
Ah,
Well, I'd like to thank you again. If you don't mind, I think I'm going to explore this rather interesting structure.
Of course.
I'm gonna go with him.
The bar is on the 5th level.
Oh, I'm sure I will be stopping there. And then Rain's first stop is going to be up at the general store.
As we're going up, we get out of what she believes would be earshot, like, apart from magical means that she might not be thinking of.
Yeah.
Rain.
Mhm.
I don't really remember because it's kind of difficult when we were out in the sandstorm, but did we give Adrax the idol? Was he the one that we gave it to? The amulet, I'm sorry, or whatever it was?
Yes, the talisman,
The talisman,
whatever
right.
it was.
But we gave it to him, and then it ended up back in our possession, right?
Yes,
And he works for the throne.
exactly.
We just found out that the throne is kind of manipulating us where to go and do right now, or is just very aware of our presence.
I see we are of one mind on this. I'm glad I was not the only one to pick up on this.
Right,
Well,
okay.
As it's, I believe we kind of discussed this before. Perhaps we keep the fact that the talisman regained in our possession to ourselves for now. Our encounter in the desert as well should keep till we know more. I do not sit well with somebody deciding my fate for me.
Yeah, me either. It's kind of f***ed up. Not a fan.
Yes, my fairy friend, it is indeed f***ed up.
there goes
She
our
twinkles
PG.
a little bit brighter. Oh, it went out the window episode 1.
Yeah, I went out the window with
he
the
said
theme.
like 10 times in a row.
My
To
bad.
my parents who are listening, hi, hey mom, hey dad. I'm also following them up the stairs. Yeah, I'll
There are
take.
no stairs.
Or wherever we're going.
How do we extend the throughout the floors then?
Rain's gonna walk back to 99.
Yeah, I was about to
Excuse
say
me.
like.
As I walked,
On the
there does
fountain?
not appear to be stairs. How does one go up?
The lift, the cage.
Oh,
You go in it, pull the lever down. Once you get to the next floor, you pull it back up, and it'll stop.
oh.
Can I just fly up the hole?
You're sure? There's nothing
Yeah.
stopping you.
I'm gonna do that. Yeah, Saoirse does that. As soon as he says the lift, she like looks over, sees the hole in the sky, and just flies up.
But I wouldn't give to have some wings. Rain's gonna walk over and stand in the lift. Anybody else?
Yeah, you go into that metal cage.
As she leaves, she'll say, "Sorry, not going back in a cage again," and flies off.
I want to tentatively get on the lift.
Okay.
Hopefully this thing's barred for someone of my mass.
Hold the lift.
Marcellus, care to join us?
Well, yes, he's looking around. Looks familiar. How's the... this is why it's familiar. It reminds me of... reminds me of the games. That's...
What games do you speak of?
Given rules you probably would not understand. Before, I'm a soldier. I basically was somewhat of a fighter of sorts. In our arena, it was amazing. But, age. But it was pretty awesome.
You truly are curious men.
Yeah, not as curious as you. I'd never see, might as well ask, are you human? Because you appear to look like one, but you aren't.
Excuse me. Rain will pull back his hair to make sure that his nice pointy elf ears are showing. I am an elf. Furthermore, I am a wood elf. And I would prefer if you did not address me as a human again.
I have no idea what that is, but alright.
Suppose I can forgive the slight considering the circumstances, but just fair bit of advice. Would not call an elf a human.
What's the difference?
Oh, the differences are many. And then Rain's just
Besides
gonna
the point
flick
that
the
you-
lever and interrupt the conversation.
Oh, so glad I'm not there.
I'm just awkwardly standing in the corner of the lift, being like, oh, I hate elevators.
The funny thing is, the lift, it slowly just ascends. Just very crawling pace.
As he wants to do, Rain just starts rubbing his temple again.
Okay.
Big sigh. Big sigh.
Yeah.
Saoirse's just like at the top looking over.
Mhm.
Is
As
it
you go
elevator
through
music?
yeah. As you go through the second floor, it looks very similar to the bottom floor, but on the both sides, it seems to just be a sitting room. There seems to be in the middle, kind of in the middle area, some sort of a fountain, but there's a lot of drinks around it, goblets, cups, and there seems to be flowing red liquid of some sort. And then as you guys go to the third level, the same thing as before once again, but this time the water seems to be clear. And at this level, there are 4 figures kind of sitting and talking to each other. You see a human man, clean shaven, wearing dark black clothing, He has these kind of brown leather wrappings around his hands. And he's wearing a long cloak. Kind of like a cowboy hat as well. There is another human, large, probably about 6'8", very bulky, wearing beautiful, regal, ceremonial plate armor. He has a large greatsword on his back, as well as a purple and red cloak. Blonde hair, blue eyes, full beard. There is an obese tiefling, probably 6 foot, 300 pounds. And next to him is a high elf.
I'm trying to write all this down. Can you go back to the tiefling really quick?
Yeah, obese tiefling, purple skinned, black horns, black hair.
What kind of horns? Like how do they
They just go back.
around like back like
Mhm.
following the head? Okay.
A ram.
Yeah, but they're the horns themselves are smooth. They're not
Not rigid.
not rigid. Correct.
Okay. Smooth black horns.
He seems to be wearing arcane robes, blues and white. And then the high elf seems to be probably around Rain's age, about the same height and build. Kind of coppery, tan skin, golden eyes, gold hair, wearing kind of like a fancy suit, and also the same color, blue and white. And he has a brooch on his chest that seems to be some sort of family crest. There isn't. It's just a design. There isn't any uniqueness to it at all.
I want to look. Can I focus on their hands? On the same hand where my black circle tattoo is located. Do they have the same tattoo as well, or
Make a
no?
perception check.
I will gladly do that. Okay. Lucky dice. I got a 1, so +2, so that's a 3.
Two nat ones in a row. This is a lucky streak. I can feel it.
Well, if you
Good thing
guys
we're not in combat today.
with your guys' passive, Saoirse and Marcellus, you are able to see on the high elf's hands, there is a black circling mark.
What's that?
Oh, I'm gonna
The tiefling, his hands are in his pockets. The human in plate is wearing armored greaves, and the human wearing the long cloak has wrappings around his hands.
I'm sorry, what are greaves again?
Gauntlets, sorry. Gauntlets, not greaves.
Okay.
Gauntlets.
I forget what greaves are, but I did gauntlets, gotcha.
Greaves are like metal boot things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, greaves are the
Yeah.
boots.
Okay.
I meant to say gauntlets.
I wasn't calling you out. I had no idea.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Marcellus is going to turn to Crosswire. They appear to have some of the civil marks that we have as well. So they might be in the same situation as us.
I'll fly down closer to Rain's ear and say, half elf's hand.
High elf.
That's what I meant to say. Yep.
Peculiar.
Brain huffs again at the elf.
No,
Hate-
that was Chelsea.
hatred.
No.
He
No,
just-
she-
I
honestly-
right.
I honestly don't know if Saoirse would know what if a half elf isn't a thing. Like, she's from the Feywild. I
Probably
feel
not.
Yeah, I don't think she would know. That was a Chelsea thing. She definitely said high elf.
But I will just kind of notice it and acknowledge.
They don't. They kind of give you a look as you guys are slowly ascending upwards. As you guys
nods.
and they all nod to you too and continue back with their conversation, drinking water. As you guys notice, there are levers on the walls as well. So it seems like this is a call system as well. And there only seems to be one left.
I suggest we use our time moving vertically, wisely,
Right. So a drink then?
I suppose. Why not? We'll stop on the 5th floor.
Fourth
Well, wait.
floor.
What's the fountain with the red water?
I don't know. You guys didn't check it out.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, I was saying. Well, what about the fountain with the red water over there? Kind of want to check
This-
that out.
This one's clear water.
I
Second floor
thought-
had red water. You guys are on the 3rd floor.
Oh, I thought we were on the 2nd floor. My bad.
Well, our friend 99 said that there was a bar on the 5th floor, so we can go
Right.
there and ask around about what those fountains are that I see you looking longingly at.
It's okay.
I'm more
We can
intrigued
focus.
to the other party that is here with the same marking as ours, rather than how the liquid system works in this building.
Well, it seems
sure.
to make sense. They did say that there's other teams and other groups around this plane or place or realm. What do you call this place?
I would say you could just call this the world, at least for the moment.
World. Ah,
But others in our same situation might make powerful allies in this time where we don't really know who else to trust each other.
I believe they
do-
called this place Sari.
I believe Saoirse is correct. That is the name I've heard
Yeah, and
used
we're
to
in
describe the
some.
land.
We're in the
sorry,
section of Serene.
Sareen.
Zari. But
Sorry,
we're in Serene.
Serene. Ah,
That's all I've gotten so far. And then now we hear about the peaks. So there's more north of that too. But yeah, let's
We'll
Hey. talk to them.
yes,
I may
let's
be the most sociable of the four of us, so I think
No.
So I think the one with more personality, pointing to Crosswire, the cheerful one for Desertia, and the leader here have more of a chance of making it friends than I would. So I will look around. This place seems interesting.
I agree. But let's not be too hasty in assuming that the mark that we saw is the same as ours. It was from a distance. We cannot be too sure, although one would believe that if this is a land where they rescue as they did us, I think they are worth chatting to either way. But to be quite honest with you, it's been quite an interesting few days. I
tired.
think a glass of wine would do me well.
I'm tired. And I can literally hear my bones pop as I move them. So I need a bed.
You guys notice Saoirse's not there anymore, and she's over by the high elf now. Hey, how are you?
Bother.
Try to pull the
Hello?
lever of the elevator. Just pull it as we're like halfway in between the two floors because we've been talking this whole time.
No, actually, you guys are just now even with the floors because it takes that. It's that slow.
Okay. Crink. That's the lever noise.
Yeah.
As
So,
they
Saoirse, you're talking to the high elf.
as they step off the elevator, Rain's gonna under his breath be like, "Hunch, don't reveal your hands," and then is gonna proceed to kind of like do a proper elf thing and like walk with his arms kind of behind his back.
Gotcha. Hi. I'm a fairy. Wow.
Yeah, my name's Saoirse. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Rivik.
Rivik. Pleasure.
This is Mar.
Who does
He
he
kind
point
of
to?
smiles and nods his head at you, the tiefling.
Mar, nice to meet you. I'm Saoirse.
Nice to meet you.
I can't help but notice that we had a little bit of a similarity there, Rivik. And I point to the back of my hand with the black circle tattoo.
Rain sees this and just goes, rubs his temple.
You see the two humans kind of lean back and are definitely watching you intently. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's comforting for you to know that there's more of us.
It is really. It's always nice to have a community.
Yeah, there's a whole group of us in Grenmere, Seamouth.
Grenmere, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar, as I'm sure
Oh,
you're
are you
aware.
fresh?
Very fresh, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So there's 3 continents in this world. We're in Serene, southernmost continent. Middle continent is Grenmere. That's where the Duke has his city called Seamouth. It's where a lot of adventurers are and stuff. There's also a lot going on in Grenmere.
Okay.
And then the northernmost continent is Valos.
Right. Okay. You see her. She pulled out her
hmm
notepad and is writing this down. Well, that's very helpful. Thank you very much.
So you're saying it's very common, these signs, and people with them?
Oh, these are my friends. Sorry, this is my
No, I
Warforged friend, Crosswire.
You walk
interesting.
up. A nice nod.
And this is my lovely high elf friend, Rain. And my
That's
other lovely new druid friend.
Wood elf.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Back
sorry.
it up.
Alright.
Back it up.
That
Wood
one,
elf.
that one, she
Wood elf.
definitely
Back
would
it
have
up.
messed up. That definitely she would have messed up for sure.
That's a wood elf.
And Marcellus, are you there as well, or did you say that you wandered off?
He wandered off.
Okay. I'll say my friend Marcellus is around here as well. He's one of my new druid friend.
Very brooding.
Well, this is Azariah. He says, gesturing towards the human in the black cloak, and he just kind of nods his head and puts a finger on the brim of his hat as well. Milady. And he doesn't say that. And
Oh.
and Rivik also says, and this is Ruben. He nods his head.
Pleasure to meet both of you.
Same. They both say in unison. Not
Okay.
like exactly at the same time, but you get it.
I take a step forward and I am Crosswire. I am a Warforge and I have questions.
I mean, we can help you if we can.
You mentioned before that there are others. Are people with this symbol very common?
Common, no. There's probably about 50 of us, though. In a whole world, that's not that many.
And you said that we're fresh. How long have you been stuck here?
About a decade now.
Oh, boy, that's a bit disheartening.
You have not been able to return home?
Nope.
I realize the gravitas of my situation.
What have you tried to return home, if anything?
What was that?
What have you tried to return to your homeland, or have you not tried?
Teleportation circles. I mean, where I'm from, my family we're a noble family, and we have our own teleportation circle, but our sigil doesn't work. I've tried.
Did they tell you that one of their theories? I forgot who told us. Maybe it was Arendis. To try and kill the person who is in charge of the Black Circle.
Yeah, that's one of their working theories.
Right. Have you attempted that or looked into that at all?
Oh no.
Anyone else been able to prove it true?
I mean, since you're all fresh, apparently not.
So what have you done with your...
Adventure. There's lots to do here. And I'm sure the Duke gave you the same spiel he gave us. He needs help with stuff.
Well, I suppose anything of any intricacies to this world that you feel we should know, wars between the continents, political intricacies that we should follow.
Yeah. What do you think about the throne?
Throne? Which one?
Oh, you know, the one that everyone knows.
I mean, there's 2. There's the one in Serene, and there's the Imperium.
I believe I'm the Serene. My apologies.
What about it?
It's the first that I've heard of anything. Like I said, we're learning about this land. I'm from the Feywild, and we have a very auspicious and beautiful queen who is great and everything. So I just would like to learn about the throne here.
Oh, she is a chosen of Bahamut.
Oh, and what is her name? The princess? Does she have a title? I mean, full title.
Princess Emma.
Right.
Oh, finally a normal name. Like literally, it's been like I'm having such trouble keeping all these names. Emma, just like nice and simple. Oh, thank
Your
you.
name's
Right.
Crosswire.
Right, Crosswire. Very normal name.
It's very 90s.
Where I'm from, it's quite common. Like I had an uncle Crosswire.
You're right. I'm sure.
Pickle crossfire.
Can I do some can I do some
He was a
sort of check to
toaster.
see how much I would know about Bahamut?
Oh yeah, make a religion check.
Okay. Super great at those guys. How do you spell Bahamut again? What is it?
Isn't
Whatever,
it
it's fine.
Baha MUT?
Oh, mutt. Oh, yep. Those are-
Bahamut.
You do not want to read my notes; they're unintelligible.
All
I
right.
don't want to read your notes.
16.
16.
Yeah.
He is a lesser deity. However, he does kind of have a lot of, well, not necessarily. He is involved a lot in the material world and plane. His biggest goal is to stop his sister, Tiamat, from entering the material plane to try and conquer it. Anything he does is trying to kind of subvert her. She is a deity of evil. He himself is, I think he has the remains of order, justice, and let me check real quick. And he is also known as the Platinum Dragon, or you rolled a 16?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's known as the Platinum Dragon, the only one of his kind. He lives in Celestia. His domains are life and war. He believes in redemption. He believes in second chances. However, he is unyielding to evil.
Yeah, I heard Serene is rather religious, and presumably to Muhammad. If
That is also correct.
interesting. The only other, religion that we've encountered native to here so far is, I don't believe we got the name, and then Rain will go on to describe the symbol of the talisman. Like, that's the only religion-based thing that we've really come across. Does
Oh,
that one hold any significance?
well, so you don't know anything about Serene, right?
No.
About 500 years ago, a long and bloody conflict ended. The Maldroxy and Taldroxy were at war with each other. Maldroxy are the tailless dragonborn I'm sure you've encountered. They came into this world from a different plane, the huge zealots of Bahamut, and they encountered the Taldroxy, who have lived here, and they worshipped Zybor, who is also Bahamut. It's a different name for him. However, they also worshipped two other deities, and they had a kind of different way of doing things. They worshipped a jackal-like creature named Anubis, who kind of was their deity of the dead. Bast as well, lioness, goddess, warrior. It was their deity of war. Zymor was their deity of law and order. And it was a long and bloody conflict that left many of them dead.
Is there any leftover animosity? You fight for that
No,
long.
that's what the throne is for. The princess was the chosen of Bahamut. She was, well, it was a very long and bloody conflict. There was different houses that were at war with each other, and now they're all unified together.
So what did it symbolize? The sigil that Rain described?
The Triforce?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what he was talking about? Oh, okay.
Is that what you're talking
Oh
about?
no, I was talking about like the symbol that we handed off to the fiend.
Like the amulet thing.
Yeah, the amulet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you guys were talking
Oh,
about like the
I-
talisman in the desert.
Yeah, I was talking about
apologies. I thought you were talking about the
The monolith.
monolith you guys saw.
I was like, wow, there's like a
There's so many
connection with the
different
monolith.
things.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh,
So many
the plot
questions.
thickens. Yeah, I was referring to the talisman.
No, he doesn't know what that is. My apologies.
Have you encountered
And then
any
we
demons?
then we describe the monolith to him, and we get all this information.
Yeah,
Yes.
let me do that.
Retcon it in. I mean, I was gonna get there, so it's fine.
Mhm. What if the Great Blue Dragon, Stormweaver? What do you know of it?
It's been here forever, since the beginning of time. It caused chaos during the war as well, playing on both sides. It wasn't ancient then, but it was still formidable.
Have you ever encountered it?
No, heavens no.
Consider yourself
Ancient
lucky.
blue dragon.
Oh, we've encountered it twice.
I feel sorry for you.
Right, it's been a pretty harrowing couple of weeks. It's it's a bit jarring, but it's really nice to know that there's other people that have had this experience.
You said that Seamouth, is it Seamouth or Seamouth?
Seamouth.
Seamouth is where quite a few of us hang out, have
it's
taken
the
up
Duke's.
residence.
I mean, we all kind of just work with or for the Duke.
Oh,
So if you go there, you'll be given a place to live and work if you want it.
well, we do appreciate that. Well, I hope to see you again, perhaps. Maybe we will work together in the future.
You hear Mar start talking to him, and what languages do you guys speak? I just want to.
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish.
Okay.
Common and giant.
Marcellus is there. Sersha, Sylvan,
No.
Elvish.
Common, Druidic, Primordial, Sylvan.
Yeah, it's
And I'm also observant if I can see their lips.
well, he's speaking in a language you don't understand.
Sure. Okay.
Also speak binary.
It is not binary. I'm thinking about taking away inspirations too now.
No. Okay. Yeah, I know. I was pushing with the toaster joke.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm just gonna be
Be
quiet.
quiet. Be quiet, rice
Yep.
cooker.
I'm being myself.
And you see Rivik exchange a few words, and he turns back to look at you, Sersha and Rain. I do apologize for that. It is quite rude. And he gives Mar a dirty look. To speak in a tongue that others can't understand. Did you happen to understand him?
Oh,
Yes, I nod my head. Yeah.
Rain is gonna be the honest one this time. No, none of us understood anything that Ma just said.
Give
Well,
me
he
the
was-
dirty look.
He was speaking Infernal, a native tongue for him. We're actually down here because we have a job. Would you be interested in helping us?
What's the job?
The less you know, the better. But there will be a sizable cut for you if you decide to help us.
Oh, that's going to be a problem. I really like to know things.
As much as we might want to help our new friends out, might I suggest we tend not to stray away from the main quest here at hand? Last time we tried that, quite an unhappy dragonborn pop into existence in the back of my scratchy skull.
First off, friend, a couple things. He's a drow. He wasn't a dragonborn. I know we've seen a lot of them since we've arrived. But also, we currently don't have a purpose other than to go to Serene. And I mean, the whole reason we're doing what we're doing is because the rail is heading north when we need to go south.
And why do we need to go south again if we just found out that Duke is in the north with Seamouth?
Again,
know.
a very good point.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want to go with my new friends.
Well, let's make this, I don't want to say bargain, but we will go with you as on your journey for now, and
Well, we are heading to the peaks, and from there we're heading to Grenmere and Seamouth.
It's like what happens. It appears that we're also going to the peaks at this present point in time.
Well, that's the only way we can go since we're waiting for the rails. But our job's on the rails.
How will we know when to help you?
You'd be a lookout.
For
You know, people passing by.
When?
You're all bait.
2 days from now. It'll take 5 days to get to the peaks. 3 days from now is when we'll need your help.
Man, I really want to know what you're doing.
How much of this cut do you say we're going to receive?
20,000 gold.
There's no amount to look away at.
That's a lot.
Rain looks over at Sersha with her kind of a, the rock eyebrow, one eyebrow cocked up, and goes, "Yes, 20,000 is. We would do well to start our journey in this new land with that kind of currency in our pockets."
And you'll have a lot of friends up north too.
Well, friends, I do like.
If you help us and you make it to Seamouth, go to the western shore. There's an inn and a bar called the Cold Cod. You're going to want to talk to Joseph.
That once we assist you, is that who we talk to? Is that what you're trying to explain to me right now?
Yes.
I want to get a vibe check on this MFR.
Okay, roll an insight check.
And now we have our title.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Where's my insight? Okay. 21.
So what exactly are you trying to vibe? Anything
So
in particular?
Sersha's pretty tapped into the whole, lying and tricking. So I guess she's just trying to see what level he's on in that regard. Like, is he a trickster? Is he like a smooth talker? What's he doing here? It just like
honestly,
she respect his game, or she's like, no, he's just telling the truth.
So based on the reading of the room as well, you can tell that he's possibly saying too much. Based on the looks his other group party members are giving him.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be very upfront and honest with all of you.
Except for him not giving us information, but the stuff that he is saying
Yeah.
seems to be upfront and honest. He doesn't
100%.
have. Okay. All right.
And you see the person in the long black coat kind of lean forward now, and he says something to Rivik in that same tongue that Mar was speaking. Well, y'all already know too much, so you're gonna help us. All right?
Right.
I suppose that seems fair.
And we'll owe you a favor on top. All right?
Good to have friends in high places.
I mean, we're decently high.
You are on the 4th floor.
Very funny.
Rain literally just backhands the not human, and then just shakes his hand as it hurts like hell.
Now, I'm Azariah, the one who got us this job. Now you, Rain, is it?
Correct. Pleasure.
You're the leader of your little party, right?
He side-eyes everybody, so they keep telling me yes.
All right. You and I, we're going to the bar and having a chat.
Great. That's why I wanted to go in the first place.
I'll give you more information. I'll tell you what's going on.
I do appreciate it.
You ever hear the saying, loose lips sink ships? I don't trust your fairy friend. And I definitely don't trust the metal man.
You good. You shouldn't trust me.
I know. I've dealt with Fae.
Oh.
Winter Court.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, he stands up and kind of puts an arm around you, Rain. Let's go, my friend.
Rain's you see him tense up just a little bit, like, please don't touch me, but also understanding the semi-gravitas of the situation he's in, and proceeds. Yes, let's go and have a chat, shall we?
Marcellus, did you continue upwards in the cage?
Yes, he had.
How high do you go? Do you stop on the 4th, 5th floor? The 4th floor is, once again, another sitting room, exactly like the previous two. So one seems to be the lobby, a desk area to check in or whatever. 2, 3, and 4 seem to be sitting rooms with fountains. This one has a green liquid, the fountain. The 5th is a bunch of bars on the 3 walls opposite of the cage. There are 3 tabaxi working the bars. There are liquids and bottles on the back wall. They seem to have taps as well. You do not see any kegs or anything connected to the taps. And it is actually empty inside. It's just the 3 tabaxi working. The 6th floor is what looks like a common area, a bunch of bunk beds. So probably for people to sleep and stuff. And the 7th floor is the general store. And it seems that the cage stops on the 7th floor.
Oh, he's gonna go down 1 floor to the 6th floor to the barracks and the bunks.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there anyone around?
There's nobody. It does look like 4 of the bunks have been lived in the past couple days. Not necessarily messy or unkept or anything. It just looks like people have slept in it recently.
All right. He's gonna turn off his spectral armor if he has it on still, and just sag down as he just sits on one of the beds, one of the unoccupied beds. He's going to place his hand up, and remembering the druid-esque golden globe orb thing that Sarsha has created, he is going to conjure something like that.
Okay.
Essentially, I'm just reflavoring produce flame to be that.
Produce flame?
Yep. It's just produce flame, but instead of like a flame, it's like mini sun
okay.
thing. Yeah.
Like a sun orb.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
So this is how she did it. Odd. He's going to look around, see if there's like a rubbish bin or anything, and just try and flick the sun into it.
Yeah, roll the hit. There does seem to be a large kind of chest that's open that seems where people are throwing their stuff away.
Well, that's a 5 plus a 7, so that's going to be a 12.
Yeah, that hits. Roll a d8.
I just want to say, I'm not here, but I have a really bad feeling about this, that we're just going to be talking and then the building's going to just be set on fire. You know?
It's only a 1.
Okay. Yeah, you throw a small ball of fire, essentially, into this rubbish bin, and something catches fire in it.
Odd. That should probably... It should be fine. He's going to go... Probably try... Since he has it, just create water.
Okay. Yeah.
Put it out.
Yeah, you create water and put out the fire. It was
Note to self: never leave Marcellus alone. Like, make sure one of us is there. Just make sure he doesn't do this sort of stuff.
Yeah, Marcellus apparently always has a matchbook on him too. Yeah. Everything. Yeah. Well.
I also do.
Yeah, I know. The fire wasn't huge or anything. Probably. Yeah, it wasn't that big. It looks like you caught some papers on fire, and now they're all soggy and wet and destroyed. Anything else you'd like to do during this time, Marcellus?
He is going to look at one of the beds that are unattended. He's going to crumple down onto it and just pass out.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Weren't you at like 4 hit points or something?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's been a rough trek in the desert for you guys. Rain, back to you. As Azariah is leading you towards the opening, there is a quick, well, as he's walking, there's the smell of brimstone that starts to kind of emerge from him. And opening up before you is a portal-like door. Through the doorway, you see what looks like the bar. There are 3 different bars, 3 different tabaxi, bottles along the wall, and taps.
Rain will step on through and step aside and graciously wait for.
Yeah. And Azariah comes through as well. What's your poison?
I am a sucker for some good wine.
All right. Follow me. And he takes you to the bar opposite of where the cage would be. There's a bar to the left and the right, but he doesn't even look at those 2. There are some bar stools that you can sit upon. And the interior of this seems to mostly just be wood. Of these different rooms and levels.
Rain is just going to be watching this guy's hands. Like,
Okay.
not like he's going to be concerned about this guy trying to pull a fast one on him a little bit. So he's just going to kind of be very perceptive of anything that this guy might be trying to do covertly.
Gotcha. Okay. And yeah, he sits down at the bar and starts speaking in that same draconic-like language that you are familiar with. And you see the bartender nod its head. It seems to be a gray tabaxi, gray skin, gray hair, green eyes, wearing the same attire that Salt Upon Wounds and the other merchants were wearing. Head wrap turban, long flowing robes. And the tabaxi hands you a green liquid in a wine glass. Azariah seems to get some sort of brown liquid in a shot glass. And he gestures towards the seat next to him.
Rain, before he sits down, is going to sniff the wine or the liquid, sniff it, and look at the tabaxi and be like, what kind of wine is this?
Per.
Okay. As he smelled it, was there anything nefarious about it? Can I check for that?
Oh, yeah, perception check as you're smelling.
23.
No.
Okay.
Kind of looked like one of those asshats at a wine tasting place in Napa Valley, and you get hints of rose, pear, maybe some grape.
Oh, refreshing. Rain will sit down across. Well, I believe this is as private as it's gonna get for the moment. Say your piece.
Now he starts talking to you in Elvish. How well do y'all know each other?
Well, to be quite frank, not all that particularly well. We were thrust together more by circumstance than anything, but
So y'all weren't a party beforehand?
I mean, if we came here the same way as you, no, I had not really met any of my fellow travelers before this.
Well, the 4 of us, we knew each other prior.
Well, I understand where your hesitation is, by all means, and I won't claim to be, overly attached to any of them at the present time. This is more of a circumstantial thing as it sits. Most of them seem on the up and up, if not overly curious, and a little headstrong, if you will.
Yeah. Most adventurers are.
Well, I was not originally what you would call an adventurer. This is rather new to me, so I tend to be a little more level-headed.
You cleric?
Indeed.
What's your god say about stealing?
Well, my God is all about peace and comfort after a hard day's work.
Well, this will be a hard day's work, and we'll get a lot of comfort from it.
Indeed. Interpretation is quite important.
Yeah. So, the Serenians have a mine that is in the center of their city. It produces a crystal-like substance that is intact. Well, not intact. Sorry, my Elvish ain't its best. Is connected to the way lines of this world. This crystal-like substance they call spice. It can provide a lot of different things depending on how you distill it.
And let me guess, you plan on adventuring to this mine and...
No. There's a shipment heading to the Pale Peaks.
Oh.
We're going to disconnect the cart that has that shipment. And it's going to get picked up by some friends of ours. That's why we need y'all to be the lookouts. We'll stay with the shipment. You still head on north. They'll be none the wiser. And you get your payment. That place Rivik told you.
Seems amenable. I mean, to satisfy my own elven curiosity, isn't these the kind of jobs that the Duke gives you? Or is this something
hell
you...
no.
I was gonna say, seems a little bold for somebody such as him.
The Duke's caught up in his own world. He sees through it in his own filter.
Well, if the focus is elsewhere, then should be less focus here then.
Yeah. One thing you'll find out is there's a criminal syndicate organization in Seamouth. It's who your contact is in Cold Cod. It's called the Current. It's founded by tieflings for tieflings. One thing the Duke doesn't understand is that his people have been oppressed and judged on for so long that they had to look out for themselves. So a lot of them turned to shadier deals in business, and the Duke brought all them people up to Seamouth. A lot of tieflings from a lot of worlds were there. So they got smart and thought, hey, we should make a crime syndicate.
I mean, if that's the hand that life dealt you, might as well.
Well, the thing is, nobody's oppressive to tieflings in this world. Tieflings are a new race, new people. They don't really identify tieflings as infernal beings, devils. Dragonborn's got horns, Dragonborn's got tails, Dragonborn's got scales. The dwarves in the Imperium are a bunch of fucking slavers.
Well, hopefully we don't... I've had enough time in chains for now.
Well, I was gonna say, they don't usually tie up your people. Or people, but you're an elf. They do like enslaving elves.
Good to know.
Yeah, this world, there's centaurs, minotaurs, plenty of beings with horns, tails, different colors, fanged teeth. Tieflings are just another player in the mix. So, this is why the Duke brought his people here. Fresh start, away from all that slavery and oppression. I'm sure you don't like it getting called a knife ear and being identified as one, don't you?
No, I don't like to be misidentified. It's a point of pride, so I can sympathize.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. The Duke lives his world in his own filter. He's been out of the game for too long. He's in a whole nother game.
Well, I do believe that our party would be interested in getting a fair start in this land.
Do you have any goody two-shoes in your group? Paladins? Other clerics with orders of law?
No. Well, No clerics, I should say. You are going to want to watch out for Marcellus, the one that
Don't
was
tell
not.
him shit about shit.
As I said,
And make sure the others don't either.
I don't know that I'll tell them anything, quite honestly. As I said, I don't know that I have any particular attachment to any of them.
There's 4 of you, right?
Indeed.
5G person. All you gotta do is be lookouts.
I think I can swing that.
And there'll be more work for you if this goes off well.
Well, shall we shake on it then?
Yeah. And you see him take off the the brown wrappings on his right hand, and you see a skeletal hand. It looks mummified, almost.
Slightly shocked. Rain's gonna kind of go wide-eyed for a little bit, but still shake it. Is it too late to try to do like an insight check to just see where this guy's at?
Yeah, go ahead, roll
How I
insight
feel
check.
about that whole conversation. 11.
However you feel is how you feel. There's no extra pointers I can give you. He was talking to you in Elvish the whole time. So there is that. Whether that was a tactic to put you at ease or a sign of respect, who knows?
Rain's just gonna drink the wine and see if he has anything else to say.
You see Azariah take a shot of whatever liquid he took. Well, best of luck to you, wherever your journeys take you. And word of advice,
Yes.
you're bound. Those other 3, just remember that.
I don't believe that was mentioned in the flight.
Oh, I'm not talking about magically or in any sense. You 3 or you 4 all came into this world together. That means something. You guys have already apparently met the dragon twice and lived to tell about it. That old timer looked like he was beat to shit. So, remember who your friends are.
I appreciate it. As I said, for now, you're correct. They are what I have.
And he pats you on the back. Best of luck to you, friend.
See you on the rails.
On the rails. And he turns around and walks to the open hole and just jumps down.
As soon as he's out of sight, Rain is gonna like visibly just be like, and then like just keep taking a drink of wine and like finish his wine.
Saoirse, Crossfire, what were you doing during this time?
Chaos. I don't know.
I kind of want to. Can I pull Saoirse off to the side? Saoirse, do you mind if I
Sure.
talk to you here in the
Yeah.
corner?
Sure, what's up?
So we're in like the sitting room kind of area, right? The party's
Yeah.
still at the bar. So I bring Saoirse over to like a small secluded corner out of earshot. I get the feeling that there's more to all of this. That the Black Circle, and possibly even the Duke, may be one and the same. I'm developing a theory. A lot of the pieces still seem shaded in darkness, but we know that members of the Black Circle, who, according to themselves, appear to be ex-Black Circle members, work for the Duke. We know that the Duke gets a regular amount of enforcers from the Black Circle. And it doesn't seem like those who enter ever leave this realm, or plane, as you would call it. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm not thinking the way you're thinking. I mean, she puts up her hand and points at the circle. I wouldn't consider myself a member. I would consider myself a prisoner. So, I think the Duke theory is interesting because, I mean, we really, I really don't
Bit
like
out of our
not knowing things. Yeah, we really don't know much, but the Duke thing might be interesting. I mean, we don't really know. We know that Arendis started it or founded it or one of the founders of it or something, I think he said.
Yes,
But I
I'm not too
don't
fond of
believe
that one.
we never learned anything about the Duke being associated with it, just that he helps a lot of people who were in it. The Arendis gets them out or the Duke gets them out and Arendis helps them or something. I don't really know, but I mean, it'd be interesting if he was a part of the problem. But my gut's telling me that he's not. My gut's right 100% of the time, 60% of the time.
Inspiration.
Thank you.
Well,
But you're right to be the way, your mindset is right now is to be
mhm.
thinking anything you can and trying to put anything together because we are at a very big disadvantage being the way we are. Not knowing anything, not being familiar with anything, and just being plopped into here like wee babies. We really don't have anything going for us but each other.
Listen to your gut for the meantime, but keep an open mind. I get
For
this
sure.
feeling that things aren't as they seem.
I agree.
Now, now, if you wish to join me, I'm more than eager to go up and see what that store has in stock. I go into the lift.
Well, the lift is not there. It's currently
not
on
there.
I call the lift.
the 6th floor. Yeah, you guys wait for about 30 minutes.
No. Hey,
I pulled the lift originally, and then we started talking. So yeah.
Yeah.
No. Saoirse goes to Crosswire. Can I try and lift you? Do you mind? I'm pretty strong, and she flexes her muscles. She's pretty toned.
He chuckles at that. If you wish.
I'm just going to try. I won't hold you over the hole or anything. And I'm just going to try and lift Crossfire.
What's your strength?
12.
100.
The plus one.
Okay, sure. Roll a strength check.
All right. Let's use the big D20. 19 total.
Damn. You are strong.
Let me double check something.
Okay.
Busting out the rule book.
Is there like a helium tank? I can maybe fill up some balloons to help out or something.
Can you just take his head and just go to the store? Is that
we can't
detachable?
detach. We can't.
As much as I want to, I can't attach my head.
Yeah, we figured this out last
It's
time.
infuriating.
Crosswire. Do you remember how much you weigh? I think it's over 500 pounds, right?
Oh shit.
I'm unsure. What weight I was designated. I can Google how much a typical Warforged would weigh. I mean, I can check the bounded books of the Eberaski system.
Gotcha.
How much does Saoirse weigh? Oh, actually, I can just wait. I'm just gonna. Yeah, hold on.
9 pounds soaking wet.
Okay, so it says here that metallic or stone bodies that weigh roughly 270 to 300 pounds.
Okay.
Or 120 to 140 kilograms.
My carrying capacity. Oh, I'm sorry. My lift capacity. I don't know what lift is. My push drag or lift is 360. My carrying capacity is 180 for my stuff, but my push drag or lift is 360 pounds.
Yeah, that's probably for 6 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah.
So can I do it for 6 seconds?
Yeah, you lift them 5 feet off the ground for about 6 seconds, and then you immediately drop them.
In that time, can I just punch the wall and as I do that, unsheath my sword and my gauntlet and kind of just try scaling the wall that way?
It's Wolverine it. All right.
Wolverine.
Yeah, you hit metal, and it doesn't lodge into anything.
Kind of parkour, maybe.
Yeah, you can get some trying parkour.
It's 5 feet. You're okay.
No, like how far away is this floor in the ceiling? Like, is it just like it's like there's no safety rails or anything, right? It's just a
No.
hole. Okay, well,
Yeah, it's just a hole.
I told you I wasn't going to. I'm not carrying you above the hole. I said I'm just going to try and lift you. And I
Okay,
lifted you
well-
about 5 feet in the air and dropped you. But it's not that high. You can't
I
even
fall
take
to the
damage.
floor,
5
and my
feet.
feet clang against the. Do I just fall all the way down again, or
You're
am
not above the hole.
Okay,
We're
okay.
on
so
the
you-
floor.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
We're on the floor. I just picked you up
Gotcha.
to test. I said I wasn't not going to bring
Good
you.
thing you
Just
Good thing you
tested.
tested this.
Yes.
Maybe
As
it
you
might not
guys
be as
are
strong as you think.
figuring this out, descending from above, you see Azariah's cloak flapping, and he does a bounce off the wall on your current level, somersaults, stands up, nods to both of you, and walks over to his party.
Wow. He's really
Show
cool.
off.
You're asleep, old man.
I know.
Marcellus mutters in his sleep. You can tell that there's some showboatery.
Grumpy old man.
Get off my lawn.
Okay, I want to do some hardcore parkour. I want to
Rivik
just like.
comes over to you all. Says, do you guys need some help?
I'm sorry. We were just having a bit of fun.
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, if I could stop you here, would you know a faster way of calling the lift or to ascend to the upper floors?
I can cast a spell on you. Let me
That
check.
would be quite helpful if you would help to assist us.
See how long it lasts real quick.
Saoirse's going to go up. She's leaving you.
I can cast fly on you. It'll last about 10 minutes. So don't be over the hole when like 10 minutes from now.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay. He casts a spell, and now you can fly about 60 feet per second, or
You can fly. You can fly.
60 feet
you can
around.
fly.
I believe. Yep. So you just kind of lift up a little bit, and you mentally can just kind of direct yourself.
This is a new sensation. I begin to kind of float off 2 inches. Thank you, friend. I'll be seeing you later. Maybe
just
if you
remember-
pay
10 minutes. After that, I can't do anything for you.
Noted. And I move over the hole tentatively, kind of like tense up,
Mhm.
like blast up to floor 6, all the
Okay.
while yelling, "Soaring, flying."
It's already
Bringing
the
it
name
back.
of the second episode.
It's a callback.
We don't need
Call
more
back.
High School Musical references.
My character is a HMN fan.
Clearly. So as you lose an inspiration and make it to the 6th floor. I'm just
Do I
kidding.
actually?
No, I'm just kidding.
It was worth it.
Or the 7th floor, I apologize. As you guys go past the 6th floor, because Saoirse, I believe you are going to the 7th floor as well.
Uh-huh.
Isn't the store in the 6th floor? Is what you said, or is it on the
7th.
7th?
Seventh.
The bunks are, you guys pass and see a sleeping, passed out Marcellus in this common sleeping area. And you guys make it to the 7th floor. It seems that the cage is above on the 8th floor. There does not seem any way above the 7th. Rain, would you like to do something? Are you
Yeah,
still sitting?
I would have finished my line and called the lift.
Okay. Yeah. You guys make it to the 7th floor. As you guys are like going to the 7th floor, you see the slow crawl of the cage descending downwards. What are you two doing at the store? As you guys make it there, it looks very similar to the bar that you see on the 5th floor. However, there's a bunch of glass displays. It seems like a lot of standard adventuring gear, as well as some knickknacks, a shirt that says "I went on the rails." I'm just kidding. That's not there.
Aww.
Aw.
Yeah, no, this isn't a tourist trap.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it seems to be adventuring gear, food, different types of drinks that maybe aren't alcoholic, and there's also produce, which is kind of strange.
Is there
Well,
a person?
I'm still flying. I'm
Yes, there is a tabaxi.
Okay. I'm still flying, so I'm like somersaulting into the room, like just kind of like floating, trying to get like,
Like a
you know, just
mechanical Peter Pan.
exactly just.
Saoirse will
you know.
somersault with you in the air. Isn't this fun? It's nice to have someone else who can fly with me.
It's definitely an interesting experience.
I do recommend not twirling around too much after you've eaten something, but I'm not sure how it would affect you.
Excuse me, please stop that. Excuse me.
Oh, hi,
Excuse me.
sorry.
I think to myself, land, and I fall straight on the floor. I just crash.
As you fall on the floor, that's where we're going to end today's session.
Nice.
Will
Aw, man.
Crosswire survive falling on the floor? Will he sprain his ankle maybe? Find
Will
out
the
next
DM
time.
just kill him for being Crosswire? Find out next time.
Happy week, everyone.